Yellow, everybody. We're back again for tonight's MLS game between Austin FC and Seattle Sounders. I have watched Seattle Sounders, one game from Seattle Sounders, but they were unimpressive. This is the second game to impress me. If after this game they do not impress, then I'm taking them off the list. So this is their last battle. This is their last attempt. And there we go. They have begun the match. So I will be checking to see. Maybe I was mistaken the last time I watched Seattle Sounders. Um, I couldn't see any game plan. I couldn't see any strategy in whatever it is they were doing. I thought they were just kicking the ball around and hoping that something came off of it, but the game was absolutely clueless in my opinion. But for some reason, um, they were able, I think, no, they played Portland and Portland beat them. So yeah, they, as expected, they were unable to really make a mark. But anyways, this is their second shot for me to judge them or grade them by. This time around they hopefully this time around they are more impressive than they were the first night I watched them play. But the match has just begun and we have the opportunity to watch them play. So here goes. It's already 1 minute 25 seconds into the match, and as always, well, not as always. I've only watched one live game, one replay, and this is the third time I'm watching Seattle Sounders play. Who, by the way, sits in bottom of my list of clubs that I'm hoping to support. So based on how they've played so far, I do not think they're gonna make it past this first round. They probably might be the first to go from this list. They are currently at the bottom of the table. I haven't watched Austin, Texas play. They are also on the club on my list. Nice body check in there. And referee says free kick. It was a shoulder, but the referee says free kick. Referee said he pushed. So free kick to Austin, Texas. I mean, Austin FC. I don't know why I keep calling them Austin, Texas. Austin FC. Yeah, that was a push. That was a push. He pushed him. He shoved him with his elbow. And rightly so, the referee called a free kick. So for this night, yeah, I'm hoping the game doesn't go boring. Like the game between what match was that? The last time I did a watch along was the finals between Argentina and Spain, and that was a very boring match. But hopefully tonight is gonna be a more interesting night. We're hoping to see more action, better than better than the other night. Pardon me, I'm a bit distracted setting up my chat so I can see whenever anybody sends a message. Yeah, I have that sitting well, just waiting for it to load. Okay. Austin FC are in white and Seattle are in a bluish, I want to say midnight blue. I'm not sure what color that is. I'm not colorblind, but I'm not very good at naming colors. So Austin are playing in a white jersey, and Seattle Sounders are playing in a deep blue, not navy blue, more like a midnight blue or a dark powdery blue um, jersey. And here they go. They seem to be playing with a little bit um, more bite tonight, which I'm I think it's really good. I think it's really good. Like I said, I've seen their game. I've seen one of their game lives. I did a live. I did a watch along on their game. I think the first watch along I did was Seattle Sounders and Portland, and that night they looked like they didn't have a game plan. Tonight they are playing a little bit more aggressively. They are playing as if they want this more. Austin, Texas. I mean Austin FC. This is the first time I'm watching them play. I haven't seen them play. I don't think I've even seen a replay of any of their match from the beginning of the season. So this is my very first encounter of Austin FC. Hopefully they impress. But again, Seattle Sounders are sitting at the bottom of my list. If you are curious, maybe if this is your first time joining my watch along and you're curious what list I'm talking about, I have a list of 10 clubs that I have selected to run some type of elimination tournament with. Um, I have been a Manchester United fan for the past 20 years. Manchester United is in the English Premier League in Europe. And I recently, about 6 years ago, moved to the United States, and um, I haven't had a club to support since then. I still support Manchester United across the pond, but I would like to have a home base or like a club that I can support in the United States that I can go visit or go watch a match or game at the stadium. So I decided to have a club to support in the MLS. But I don't want to do it the regular way of people of just asking people around and be like, "Oh, what club do you think I should support?" And then everybody's gonna give me a list of clubs, which I did kind of. I asked people for clubs, and all the clubs that people suggested, and a few of them that I also picked up myself. I'm like, okay, maybe because of proximity, maybe because of the jersey colors, maybe because of the way it looks like they play their game. I also put them on the list. So as of right now, I have 10 on that list. I have 10 clubs on that list, and I'm putting them through an elimination system for the rest of the season. So they all have, if, well, not all of them gets to have the 20 games, but there are 20 games left in the season, minimum for every club. So I'm going to put them through this elimination system for the rest of the 20 games from now till the end of the season. And I'm grading them based on when I would do a watch along, I'm grading them based on the fans, how the fans react, how are the fans dry, are they boring? Because why go to a stadium to watch a game when the fans are not even cheering their team on? It's part of the game. It's part of why soccer is soccer. So, how are the fans behaving? Are they dry? Is it a boring atmosphere in the stadium? And then, do they have a game tactics, or they're just hoping, kicking and hoping that something happens? I need to see that. Those two things is what I'm looking for every time I watch a game. But then there are also four other key grading rubric that I use for that I've like they're fixed. They don't change for the rest of the season. For example, is the distance from my location. I'd like to go watch a game at the stadium. So how far is it? How accessible is the stadium from me? So their distance from the stadium, which obviously is a bias towards me. Um, but that's the only bias. No, the other bias will be the kit. Is their kit? Does it look good? Does it look appealing when you wear them? Does it look like a type of kit that has some type of aesthetic um, touch to it? So the kit and the distance from me. Those are the two biases that I have a strong bias over. The third thing is their field. What type of field do they play on? I know Seattle Sounders play on um, an artificial grass, which is a no-no for me. I'm used to watching soccer on real grass. And there's a way the ball moves on real grass versus artificial grass, which kills the game for me. So if the club has a home team or a home stadium with artificial grass, that's a reduction of points. I'm going to be reducing 1 point from whatever points they already have simply because they have artificial grass. Real grass is always the go-to. And then another thing is what's their star capacity? Do they have star players on their team? Do they just use homegrown or play just anybody that can play soccer? I'd like to have some star players on the team because that brings the media, and the more media you have, the more The more media appearances you have, the more sponsorship you get, the more drama that you get in the club, and all of that. I'm used to Manchester United. Manchester United always has drama. They always have drama. I don't think there's any season that has gone since I joined Manchester United in England that there is no drama. It's either when Fergie, that's the manager that was there when I joined the fan club of Manchester United back in 2006. It's either Alex Ferguson is been um, is been in the comments or in the media with people saying things like he has a way of intimidating referees into favoring him, which I highly doubt. I don't think that's the truth. I feel like he's a very good manager. He has his way. Every player that has played with Alex Ferguson says something about he's very diplomatic. What he says to one player is different from what he says to another player. He can go to all the 11 players on the field and tell them, "You're my star man for this match. I need you to be on your A game. You're the one I'm looking forward to shine in this game," and blah 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 and all of that. And every player carries that at the back of their mind that Alex Ferguson is depending on them, and they put in their 101%. And then after he left, we've had the drama increase, and that's a goal for Austin FC. Just like, I don't know, like I said, Seattle is looking like they are not the club for me. They're not looking like the club for me. With the way they play, I don't want to be on a losing club. That's another thing that's a big criteria, and I think it's just a given. The club has to be winning. But it doesn't have it's not the major criteria. I'm not necessarily going to select a club that tops the league. I just want a club that gives me the same DNA like what I have or I have seen over 20 years at Manchester United. And Seattle is not that club. They're probably going to give me a heart attack. They're going to give me high blood pressure with the way they play. So, no. They play on a fake field. They don't have a game plan. Their fans are okay. They're pretty okay. Just like the MLS, the fans are not as entertaining as it is in Europe. But this is the MLS. I'm gonna get used to it. No complaints there. It's a different tournament. It's a different country, a different terrain, and all of that. So that's expected. No problem with that. I get used to the fans being boring here and there, but um, I'm not seeing any game plan. And usually, like I said, the first match that I watched, the coach sat down on the bench till like the 70th minute, and you were already losing at that point, like 30. I said 30. You were already losing at that point like, by 3 goals to nil, and you were sitting on the bench doing absolutely nothing. You were not trying to make changes. You were not trying to make like pull players up off the field and replace them with a player that has a much hunger or that you're not instructing anything. He was just sitting on the bench. No, I want my coach to be dramatic. If you know anything about European soccer, if you've watched any European soccer, especially the EPL, you see a lot of drama in people like Pep Guardiola. That's a fantastic coach. Jose Mourinho, the chosen one, those are great coaches. And when you see them on the sideline, they are so animated, and it gives the that drama. It gives that extra interest or excitement to the game. I've seen that in a few coaches in the MLS. Like I watched LAFC. I like the way their coach is always on his feet. Just like I'm looking at Seattle right now, their coach is on his feet. He's not so dramatic, but he's walking around and trying to see what to do and what not to do. Um, Seattle coach is up now. He's standing, but I don't think he's gonna do anything much. But anyways, enough ramble about them. So I have given you the rubric for my grading, which is based on the kit. How beautiful is their kit? The stadium, do they play on real grass or fake grass? What is that? You just kick the ball and hope that it goes into the net. What a weak shot by Seattle. So the proximity from me, their kit, how beautiful is their football kit? The stadium, what does the stadium look like? Is it a beautiful stadium? Are they updated or are they still playing from an old stadium? What type of grass do they have in the stadium? Is it real grass or fake grass? Um, Star power, do they have star players in their team or they're just playing anybody that knows how to kick a ball? I would like to see some star power. I would like to see them invest in star players. Like Inter Miami has Messi, LAFC has Houston Min. I just finished watching Chicago Fires, and they just signed Lewandowski, and that's a star player from Barcelona. Messi also played at Barcelona for some time. Um, Suarez is also in Inter Miami. Jordi Alba in Inter Miami. Hugo Lloris in LAFC. I know Luis Zaha, Wilfred Zaha, sorry, is somewhere. I can't remember. I don't know what club he's in, but he's not on my list. Or I need to confirm that. I don't think his club is on my list. So, but yeah, I would like to see a club that has star players. So, I'm not saying that in Seattle. It looks like they like homegrown players, which is good. It's good for the club, but mix it up, in my opinion. Mix it up. Let's have some players that have experience, not just what is going on. And he just lost the ball. He just lost the ball. So, as it stands right now, Austin sits in the 14th position in the West Conference. They are winless in 4 games and on a 3 match losing streak. But right now, they are leading by 1 goal to nil against Seattle. And I think that's a good position for them to be because I don't think Seattle has it in them to equalize this game or possibly win this game. So maybe this would be their opportunity to end their losing streak, their 3 game losing streak. Seattle sits in the 6th position. How they are in that position, I do not know. But apparently, they look like they are doing something for themselves. Something is working for them, but I don't know. It's not really looking impressive, in my opinion. It's not looking impressive. But if they are in the 6th position in the Western Conference, then maybe they are doing something right that I don't know about. Hopefully, Hopefully that comes to light at some point. Maybe I can see a game plan. But like I said, I haven't seen a game plan. It's just kick and hope. That's all I'm seeing so far. And as always, the game has settled into this slow rhythm. Nothing major is happening right now. Everything looks like a boring. It's currently looking like a boring match, but hopefully something interesting is going to happen at some point. Offside to Seattle. Offside in favor of Austin FC in Seattle. They do look, to be honest, they do look like they are biting. They do look like they won the goal tonight, but I'm yet to see a game plan. Just like that, almost the goalkeeper in an attempt to play the ball out just played to the opponent. The Seattle goalkeeper just played to the opponent, and the opponent tried to catch him outside of his post. But luckily for him, he didn't go in the net. In my opinion, this is the least glamorous kind of MLS watch along. Like honestly, one of the most honest ones, the least glamorous match for me. They don't play an interesting style of football. They don't play a type of football that makes me feel like I want to be hungry or I want to watch the game all the time. They don't play. Um, Seattle don't play that type of football, and from what I'm seeing, Austin play, it doesn't look like they play that type of football too. It looks like two evenly matched team at the bottom of the table, in my opinion. I'm surprised that Seattle is in the 6th position. With the way they play, I expect them to be 13th. But that's my opinion. Like I said, they're probably doing something. Maybe they're good at being defensive, and which is something I don't like about a team. If my team, I mean, if I'm supporting a club, I need the if I'm supporting a club, I need an attacking style of play. I'm not looking for a defensive team. I'm not looking for a defensive club that's just gonna sit in the defense and absorb pressure and hope to counter. I want a team that knows how to attack because that's where the drama is. Which is why I didn't enjoy the Spain versus Argentina World Cup final. Argentina was defending too much, and Spain were unable to really do anything with their attack. it was uninteresting. But watch the French and the English semi third place match. That was an interesting game. It ended with 10 goals, which is what we like to see, is what I like to see. If you go to watch football, you don't want to sit down at the stadium, or even if you're watching from home, you don't want to sit down at the stadium or sit down on your couch watching 90 minutes of boring game. You want some type of excitement. You want goalkeeper savings. You want near miss. You want balls hitting the bar. You want skillful players doing tricks and flicks, which very few clubs have in the MLS so far that I've seen. And Seattle is one of those clubs that don't have that exciting gameplay. They don't have an exciting gameplay. So basically, whoever wants it less tonight loses. And right now they look evenly matched. It was just a one-time corner kick that Austin, Texas scored, which puts them ahead of Seattle, but I haven't really seen anything from Austin FC. Austin's last win was, I think, back in May, 3rd of May against Louis City, and they, I don't know, that's too long. Well, I know there was a 7 week break, so maybe that's that also added to it. I'm predicting a two. I want to say 2-1. I want to say 2-1 win for Seattle. I expect Seattle to win. If they're in the sixth position, they're there for a reason. So I'm gonna expect them to win. Austin have a 3 game losing streak. I don't think any much is gonna happen from their game. Again, like I said, every club has a reason they're in the position they're in. If you're in the 14th position, is because you're definitely not playing well enough. 14 out of 15 in the Western Conference. That means you're not playing well enough, and um, that puts you. And then you're also on a three game losing streak. Says a lot. You're not. You don't have a good style of play. And my YouTube um network is down again for whatever reason. I do not know. I have a very strong network, home network, but for whatever reason it keeps buffering. This is annoying. This can be annoying, and this can be detrimental to this channel. I hope this comes back pretty soon. And if you're just joining, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button. If you would like to watch me cut out clubs from the MLS or cut out clubs from my list and pick the club that I hope to support next season in the MLS. I still support Manchester United. That is always going to be, that will never change, but I need an MLS team to support. So if you're interested in watching me pick out my MLS team, do well to subscribe and join me on the watch alongs. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video or every time I do a watch along. Yes, I'm only able to do 1 or 2 watch alongs every match day, but I will be watching replays of the other matches that I'm unable to do a watch along of, and um, do my grading. So for any one of those matches that requires a video, I will do a video for that. I'll do a video for that. But for right now, it is just okay. The internet is looking good again. I wonder why it does that. I have a very strong internet, but for some reason it just messes up every now and then. Like I was saying, do well to subscribe so you do not miss any part of um, this journey where I select a club that I will be supporting for the next season. Again, I have been a Manchester United supporter for past 20 years, and I moved to the United States 6 years ago, and that's a big foul. I moved to the United States 6 years ago, and I recently decided that I need a club in the United States, in the MLS, that I can support. And I do not want to do it the boring way, so I'm doing an elimination style um, tournament where I'm going to be selecting out of the 10 teams or 10 clubs that I've selected. I'm going to pick one, the last club standing, to support for next season. And that's the club that I will be supporting from then on. So from the end of the season, I'm gonna select the club. That's a nice pass by Seattle. Okay, Seattle looks like I hope that's not offside. That's a fantastic goal by Seattle, and I hope that's not offside. Seattle has just equalized. So yeah, they're looking like they have. Okay, so I guess maybe I was too quick to judge them. That was their first game back after the 7 week break. So maybe they were not awake in that game. That was a quick 1-2, a good quick play right there by Seattle, and they have equalized. So yeah, they're looking like it tonight. And it's the hydration break for the first half. First half hydration break. Oh no, oh no, okay, not the hydration break yet. I wonder when. I thought it's gonna be like the 25th minute. Okay, yeah, he wasn't offside. That was really nice. That was a really nice play by Seattle, and they have equalized. So yeah, like I said, I'm expecting like a two-goal win for Seattle over Austin FC. I'm predicting 2-1, basically. I'm predicting 2-1. And their fans are so quiet. You guys just scored a goal and you're so quiet. This is what I'm talking about. I do not see the excitement. People are on their phone. People are just staring. Even in the dedicated fan section, most people are just staring, really not doing anything. That's the thing. That's the part. Nice shot there by number 30 of Austin. I just watched Inter Miami play Chicago FC, and that was an interesting match. It ended 3-2. Chicago FC they look like they have a game plan, so I see them going far on my list. They look like they have a game plan. They have Lewandowski, and they just got Lewandowski. I think that's their first star power or star player. They used to have, I don't know, I can't remember what other what do you call it now? Big names they had on their team, but they have Lewandowski now, and he's a star player. Okay. The kickoff of this game was moved back by an hour tonight because of forecasted heat. And that's a very Texas problem. The heat in Texas can be crazy. It can be crazy. I travel to Texas every once in a while because I have family there. And last time I was there, it was really hot. And it was winter, but it was hot. It was hot. So Texas is a very hot, very, very hot place. Sir, you are gonna walk to the post, throw the ball. And the stadium looks scanty. Pretty scanty. Like, it is scanty. I don't know. honestly, I don't know what MLS can do to make themselves or make this tournament interesting or make the MLS interesting or the MLS look or feel like the EPL, that's English Premier League, or La Liga or the Bundesliga in Germany, or Italian Serie A. I don't know, but it's really I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it can be boring watching an MLS game. And being spoiled, I have been spoiled by EPL games, and there is a lot of movements going on. The switch from defense to attack in an EPL, in an English Premier League, is so quick and so dramatic that a small mistake in your own box, I mean, a small mistake in the opposition box can lead to a goal in your own net. Like you're all the way on the other side of the field, make a mistake over there, a defender catches that, clears the ball, and before you know it, from defense to attack moves so fast. But here in the MLS, there's just a lot of sideways passing, side to side passing, side to side passing. People not actually uh, trying to make something happen, trying to take it upon themselves, which is why I like Messi. When he runs with the ball, he takes it upon himself to try and make something out of nothing. So that's why I say again why I prefer the star power or the star players, because they are experienced, especially the ones that have played in Europe. They know how quick you need to move the ball from defense to attack. So they try to implement that in the MLS. But then there's only so much they can do if you're attacking and you don't have support from your other teammates. Then you will gas out before you get to the other end of the field. So that's something I'm hoping I get to see in some club. Another a club that has done that or that has shown me something like that is LAFC. It's only LAFC that has shown me that, and I think Portland, yeah, Portland Timbers also showed something like that, moving the ball quickly from defense to attack and turning a defensive situation into an attacking situation and scoring a goal from it. That's something I'm missing. I need to see that in MLS, and a lot of clubs are not doing that. I hope I find a club that actually does that. I think that's going to be a very strong point for me to judge that club by. Well, so far so good. The game is 1-1. It's not as boring as I thought it would be, even though it's still not as exciting as I'm used to from European leagues. But it's good. It's good for now. The game is 1-1. They're evenly matched. Seattle are attacking. They're trying their best to have a game plan in this game. Like I said earlier, they didn't have a game plan in the first game that I watched. And they are judged by two games. Every club gets judged by two games. So after every two game, I'm gonna see the club that has the least points and drop that club. I ask that club from the list until I have just one club standing, and that will be the club I support for next season. But for right now, we still have all 10. If you're curious to know what those 10 clubs are, in the on the hand side of the screen, you should see that scrolling. Um, Let me pin that up for a second. Yeah, you will see currently how all the clubs are standing. Seattle is at the bottom of my table. Toronto is also at the bottom of the table. I will be asking one club next week. Next week, Friday, maybe, or Monday or Friday. So the when I do the elimination rounds is gonna be on a Monday or on a Friday at 4 p.m. I will be doing an elimination round, depending on how the match day is. And Austin have just found a way into the box and almost scored that time. They almost scored, but again, still attacking. A nice. Oh, I thought he was gonna hit a volley one time. What is he doing dribbling? Uh, yeah, you lost your opportunity. I hope that doesn't come to haunt you at the end of the game when you're losing, because you had a one-time chance of hitting that ball on a volley, but you chose to do an amazing footwork. No, you're supposed to be going for goal, not going for fantastic. Yes, I said drama. I said excitement is needed in a game, but the excitement is a lot more interesting when you're winning. I think, in my opinion. If you're not winning and you're trying to dribble and give a good game, sometimes you might give a good game and lose the game, but that's because you don't need the game. Right now, Austin FC is in 14th position. They are on a 3-game losing streak, and you have the opportunity to go ahead and you're dribbling in the box. I do not understand that. That's where inexperienced players, and that one just let the ball slip under his leg. That's where you need experienced players, which is why, again, I say I would like to see star players, like experienced players from European leagues. I would like to see them. Chicago Fires just bought Lewandowski. That's a star player from European League, and that's a point in their game. That's a point in their favor. But unfortunately, Chicago FC, I mean Chicago Fires is not on my list of 10 clubs that I'm supporting. They are in a pool. I have another pool of 5 clubs that I had to remove because I didn't want to do 15 clubs. I didn't want to watch all 15 clubs. There's still a pool of like 4 or 5 clubs that I'm watching, but I'm not actively watching them. At some point during this whole tournament that I'm running, I'm going to bring them in as a wild card. I'm going to bring just one of them in as a wild card. I'm watching those ones off, not as a watch along. I'm just watching those ones on my own time and seeing how they do. Somewhere um, somewhere halfway through the rest of the season, I will open an opinion poll or do a poll and ask you guys if, depending on how many fans I have or how many followers or subscribers that I have on this channel, I would ask viewers to vote from the 5 clubs to pick one club. Nice pass in there by Austin, but he didn't get through. I would ask viewers to vote for me one club to bring in as a wild card. But for right now, the 10 clubs that I selected all of them strictly based on suggestions and some things that I saw off the internet, not because I have seen them play before. So I know Vancouver Whitecaps at the top of the Eastern Conference, I think. Vancouver Whitecaps are at the yeah, Vancouver at the top of the Western Conference, and but they're not on the list of the 10 that I have right now, but they are in my wild card pool, same as Nashville. I didn't want to pick the 2 top clubs simply because they are at the top of the table, but they are in my wild card pool, and I will be bringing them in for you guys to vote which one of the 5 I should bring into the 10. But for right now, we have just the 10. We have just the 10 that are on the screen right now. LAFC, St. Louis, New York City, Austin FC, Atlanta United, Portland Timbers, LA Galaxy, Inter Miami, Toronto, and Seattle. They are the 10 clubs that I'm actively watching right now. That's a head injury. The referee has to stop the game there. That's a head injury. 2 players collided head first. Excuse me. And the Q2 Stadium, which is the Austin Stadium, was designed to pull in air through 2 open corners and mesh seats. So their seats are not solid. They're mesh seats to let air flow and circulate your back and all of that. And that's because Texas is a very hot state. Very hot state. So apparently Seattle have 2 MLS clubs, and this slump isn't who the club has always been. So I guess they're just in a bad position. Just like if someone were to leave MLS and say they wanted to pick a club in the English Premier League and wanted to check out a club to support, and they see Manchester United last season, no, 2 seasons ago in 14th position, and think, oh, Manchester United must be a poor club. No, Manchester United is the most successful club in the English Premier League. They are the most successful club in the English Premier League with a lot of Premier League trophies. Um, FA Cups, Champions League. I don't know who has the highest Champions League cup right now, but Manchester United have a fair share of theirs. They have a high number of Premier League wins. I mean, Premier League cups, which I think is about 13 as of last count. I'm not sure. I have to confirm that. So if you had gone to EPL to try and see to pick a club in English Premier League, and you had seen Manchester United 2 seasons ago in the 14th position, you'd have thought they were a weak club. But no, they're not. They were just going through a bad patch. And the referee is giving somebody a yellow card there. I'm thinking it's the coach. Yeah. He's giving the Seattle coach a yellow card for getting offended with him. So I guess Seattle are in that position, but they're in a sixth position, so they're not like poor. They're top 10 or top 7 because half of 15 will be 7.5. But since we can't do 7.5 clubs, they are in top 7, which is a good place to be. Okay place to be, not necessarily good. Okay place to be. A good place to be will be top 3, but then they still get to go to the playoffs. Top 7. Top 7 gets to go to the playoffs, and eighth and ninth position goes to have to play qualifiers to get to the playoffs. Hmm. As a English Premier League fan, the Seattle story is kind of, which is also a reason why why I selected them, is a very familiar story. Like I said, from Manchester United's point of view, they used to be a very big club. I mean, they used to be a very successful, or they are still the most successful club in English Premier League, but they used to be one of those clubs that are like top top four. They call them the Big Four. There was a time Manchester United was one of the clubs in the Big Four, which comprises of Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Liverpool. But then a lot of things happened, and there was drops. Clubs dropped from the positions they were. Now Chelsea ended the season last season, I think 10th position or somewhere less than 10th position. Manchester United was third, which was a which was good. It gives us Champions League games for next season. Arsenal wins the Premier League for the first time in I think 10 years or more. I think 12 years. Crossing there by Austin, but nobody was able to do anything with that. That just went wide, went nowhere, absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. The players that I'm watching out for in Austin FC, because I did a little bit of research on them, is Brad Stuver, who I'm not sure if he's playing tonight. Um, Let me just pull up that team sheet and see if Brad Stuver is playing. I think he's the goalie. Apparently, he's a great goalkeeper. The defense are not looking really good for Austin. They don't look really good. And they're trying their best to get any type of spark going forward. But with the way things are going, I do not see that happening. The way Seattle was able to break through their defense and equalize, I don't see that happening. I don't think the Austin FC defense is strong enough. I think they need to overhaul their defense. Jesus Ferreira and Jordan Morris are two players to watch out for in Seattle, and again, my internet has decided to act weird. Austin FC on the attack, a square play, and nobody could do anything with that ball. That was again hope, kick and hope, which is the thing I say that I don't want to see in a club that I'm supporting. Kick and hope, kick the ball and hope that someone gets to it. Seattle on the attack, he brings it back. Yeah, that is the thing that I say I don't like. Why is it going back? That's a counter attack that you have just succeeded in turning into a regular game. That was a counter attack that should be converted into a goal. Now you've slowed down the game and let the Austin FC defenders come back behind the ball. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't make sense. What is going on? They play like they're in training. They play like they're in training. They don't play like there is any urgency. I always forget to change the scores. Yeah, I'm still getting a hang of all this. I'm still getting a hang of all the many controls that I have to control during every match, and I do not have a mod yet to help me with all the controls. So bear with me if I miss the opportunity to what do you call it now, to set the clock or set the scores or set the jersey colors sometimes. Those are the things that I have to set during the match. I have successfully found a way to automate the rest of the other controls that I have to deal with. Successfully found a way to automate it. Nice pass, but that was a heavy pass. Have a shot, have a go at it. Oh my god, what is happening? Goalkeeper stops that ball. Yeah, Brad Stuver is in goal for Austin FC, and a right-footed shot by Seattle's Snyder Brunel was stopped by him. That was a decent. That was pretty much easy save. It was straight up at the goalkeeper. The teams are evenly matched right now. 50% both possession, both of them. 5 shots on goal and 5 shots total. 5 shots by Seattle, 4 shots by um 5 shots by Austin FC, and 4 shots by Seattle. But they're evenly matched as it stands. Both of them have 8 touch points in the box. I mean, one has 8 touch points, the other has 7 touch points. There's not a lot of difference between the two of them. And what has happened here? What has happened here? I wonder what is going on with Apple TV. I wonder what is going on with them. But the game has frozen. And it's almost halftime here in Texas, Austin, Texas. The game is 1-1. Evenly matched games, nothing nothing out of the ordinary. Whew. The game is boring, a little bit boring. A little bit boring, but there's been sparks of creativity or sparks of there's been sparks of creativity or excitement or exciting scenes or scenarios here and there, but not enough to make the game be regarded as an interesting game. trying to check out some details about both clubs playing. I do not have, again, like I said, this is me fresh off the EPL and just trying to get into MLS and do not have ample knowledge of MLS and their players. So, pardon me if I call players by their numbers, not their names. The game should be over right now because there's nothing. Both teams are not trying to attack anymore. They're just hitting the ball around. And yeah, the referee should blow after this one. 1 second more, and that's it. The referee blows for halftime. Referee blows for halftime. I'm gonna pause the clock here, set the time back to 45 minutes, and we wait for the second half. But for right now, if you're just joining, please do not hesitate to subscribe to this channel and join my journey of selecting a club to support for next season and onward. I have been a Manchester United fan for the past 20 years and recently moved to the United States. And I am looking and searching for desperately, need I say that, searching for an MLS team to support in the United States. But I do not want to just support any club based off of because someone suggested it or because of some lame uh, reason. I decided to put a little bit of drama into it. I like drama. I decided to put a little bit of drama into it by doing a tournament style. Thank you for the likes. I decided to do a little bit of drama, put a little bit of drama into it by doing a tournament style where I selected 10 clubs and I'm going to be eliminating one club every 2 games to till I have one club standing, and that club will be the club I start supporting from the end of this season and forward. So, if you are interested in that, in seeing how that journey goes, please do not hesitate. Subscribe, click the subscribe button in the bottom right corner or is the bottom left corner of your page, or click the subscribe button wherever you find it in the bottom. And join me for every match day where I do at least one watch along every match day. So, yeah, the watch along that I'm doing today is between Austin FC and Seattle Sounders. And the last time I watched, this is the second game that I'm watching for Seattle Sounders, and that's why right now they're at the bottom of the table because they, the scores that I use to judge them is an average of series of scores based on their kit. What does their kit look like? I give them a score based on that. I give them a score based on the type of grass in the field. I give them a score based on the aesthetics of the stadium. I give them a score based on their location, how easy it is for me to go watch a game there. I give them a score based on the star players that they have. And then during the watch along, I'd give them a score based on the atmosphere. How are the fans behaving? Are the fans carrying the game? And I also give them a score based on their strategy, their tactics. Do they have a game plan, or they're just hoping or kicking and hoping that somebody's going to do something with the ball, pass to your teammate without actually reading the game to know if your teammate has options to do something with the ball. Yeah, so those are the things I'm using. Now, that's the rubrics I'm using to um, judge the club that I eventually support. Right now, some clubs, I haven't watched some clubs like St. Louis, New York City, Atlanta United, LA. Yeah, those are the only clubs I haven't watched. And Toronto FC, I haven't watched those ones. But I have watched LAFC, so their current score is not only based on their fixed scores, and the fixed scores are their kit, the stadium, the grass, their distance, and star players. Those are the fixed scores. Those ones are fixed. They're not going to change for the rest of the season. The only things that will change are the fan atmosphere, and the strategy. Those are the two things that will change. But for right now, I have those five fixed scores that I use to judge or to grade all 10 clubs. In some clubs that I have watched, I have also graded them based on their atmosphere and the strategy. And right now, Seattle sits in bottom position because they didn't perform well the first time out. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, I'm watching them. This is their second game, their second opportunity. It doesn't look like they are going to make it, but at least I like what I'm seeing so far. So that's going to increase their scores, but I don't know if it's going to take them out of this danger zone they're currently in. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know it's going to increase their score. So it's going to take them up my list. For right now, the Seattle Sounders are at the bottom of my list of clubs that I'm hoping to support at the end of the season. But for this game that they're playing, they're doing something good. It's gonna increase their score, but then it's an average of all the scores put together. So the already bad score that they had in the first game is gonna bring them down and not give them the high score that they would have gotten from this first game. If they had played the way they played right now in the first game, they would be in a safe zone, I think. Because Portland, they played against Portland. The game that I watched was against Portland, and Portland played really well. And I thought they were like they at the initial before the game, they were both at the bottom of the table based on certain things. They both play on fake grass or artificial grass, which I don't like, which gave them a low point. Their distance from me is a little bit far, so that gave them a low point. Their stadium was pretty good. I don't really like the jersey of Seattle, so but Portland has a good jersey that I like, so that gave them some points. But then when I watched the two of them play, right now I think Seattle. Who do you think got it, Seattle or Austin? Thank you for your chat, Francisco Avi. Thank you for your chat. I think Seattle has it right now, in my opinion. I think Seattle has it. If after, I don't know if you've watched EPL or if you watched a lot of soccer games, when you go in for that halftime, you either get the coach telling you, "Oh, good job, this, that, and that," or you get the coach giving you like the ringer. That's what they call it in the EPL. He gives you an earful. So if the coach gives you an earful and that motivates you to come out from the dressing room on firing on all cylinders, that might change the game. But for right now in the first half, it looks to me like Seattle are going to win this game. Right now it's evenly played, 1-1, but I think Seattle is going to score a goal in the second half. I think the match is going to end 2-1. But for right now, we watch. We wait. But this is my second match that I've watched for Seattle. The first one was horrible. The second one is a bit better. Oh, you're on Kalshi. You got Seattle. Okay, cool. I'm not. Don't take my word for it. Do not take my word for it. I'm not. I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction, but I feel like they look like they're playing well. They look like they're doing well. And according to the what do you call it now? Let me see what FOTMob is saying regarding their XG. Um, I can't really see their XG right now, but based off of what I've seen so far, I think Seattle will win this one. Worst case scenario, a draw. Worst case scenario, it's gonna be a draw. But I feel like Seattle is gonna win this one because they look like they're hungry for the game. And then again, if you look at it, Seattle is sitting in sixth position right now, which means they're doing something right, which means there's some type of cohesion and some type of gameplay in their club. And Austin FC is sitting in 14th position out of 15 in the Western Conference. That's not good. So that means you're not doing something right. And then Austin FC is on a three-game um, losing streak. So I think you did well by choosing Seattle. I think Seattle is that club. And my internet has acted up again for whatever reason. I do not know. For whatever reason, I do not know. I do not know. I have tried to reset it right now. Hopefully, it gets better now that we're just getting traction in the show. My internet decides to go and mess up. But you guys bear with me. I will try and fix my internet or switch my internet to a better Can you guys suggest in the comment section what internet you guys use and you feel like is a better internet generally? Because I'm currently using T-Mobile, and this is surprising. I haven't had a problem with it, but then I haven't really done live streaming with them. But every time I have done live streaming, oh, thank you very much, Francis. Thanks for the motivation. That's a big motivation. If you look, this is my first no, this is my fourth, no, fifth. Yeah, this is my fifth watch along so far. I just started this, so I'm getting used to it, used to whatever it is that's going on right now that I'm doing. Honestly, I am just rambling at the moment and just trying to keep you guys engaged and give you guys as much information as I am researching on all these clubs. So if you're interested in some club like Francis, you are on Kaushi, and whatever information I can get off of whatever sources that I'm using, I'm more than glad to throw it out there. And if it helps you, hey, good one. And if it doesn't, please do not take my word for it. I do my research based off of um, internet. I use AI, I use Claude to run some polls and try and put figures to things and see how each of these clubs match with each other. And then I use that to pull information about each of these clubs to better help me make an opinion about them. So don't take my word for it, but it's nice to have you guys here. It's nice to see someone finding my commentating interesting. Thank you very much. That's a what do you call that? Confidence booster. That's a confidence booster for me. The clubs should be coming in any moment from now for the second half. We are waiting on them. The coach should be they're evenly matched right now, so I don't think the coach is going to have a lot to speak about. He's probably going to just try and tell them to play a little bit. Seattle is playing well, so the coach is only probably going to pick maybe one or two errors that they've made so far and just tell them to keep fighting because they look like they have it in them to win it. Austin, on the other hand, their defense is quite porous, in my opinion. Their defense is porous. If they ever played a club in the Premier League, like an English Premier League, they will they will be handed. They will have their behind handed to them because their defense is so porous. The equalizer was how? How did that happen? Nobody was marking the player closest to the goal. Nobody was marking him. How did you let that happen? How did you not see the rebound coming? The ball bounces off the pole up off the post, and the first person to react to the bounce to the ricochet is the opponent. You shouldn't let that happen. You should be, if nothing, if you cannot get to the ball, you should be standing in front of the opponent and letting him push you down so you get a free kick or something. But he just stood there watching the ball, and yep, that was it. But again, Seattle is in sixth position for a reason, and Austin FC is in 14th position for a reason. But pretty interesting game so far. Not as interesting as I would like, not as interesting as I'm used to, but it's been interesting so far. That was a one-time volley there. They're showing the goal that Austin could have gone ahead. That was a one-time volley. I don't know why he controlled the ball, then tried to dribble through four defenders in the box. They're not going to watch you dribble through them. They're going to stop you. I don't know why he didn't hit the ball one time. First time volley. The ball landing on your feet, you should be volleying that straight towards post. Yes, I know that might be hit and hope, but you're right there, close to the 6 yard box, and you can't. You should be volleying that, in my opinion. You should be volleying that. That's not a time to dribble. So he has himself to blame. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him in the behind because they should be up right now going into the second half, but he lost this opportunity, so they are still equal. They're drawn level right now. And yeah, the game has not really produced so many opportunities, but the few that has been produced is way better than the first game I watched. It's way better than the first game I watched. Austin, Texas, I think has real grass, which I like. Like I said, I like real grass over fake or artificial grass. So Austin, Texas has real grass, which gives them a good point. They sold out every game was sold out. But right now, the stadium looks kind of empty. That's something I'm hoping changes in MLS. I'm hoping more people come to watch soccer. I'm hoping the stadium gets full. You rarely see empty stadiums in the EPL, regardless of how small your club is. You rarely see empty stadium. You rarely see empty seats in the English Premier League. But I've been seeing a lot of empty seats in games. Even in the game that I watched today between Inter Miami and the Chicago Fires, there were empty parts of the stadium, which shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It was a lot more packed than most of the other stadiums I've seen, but I hope a lot more people watch soccer. It's an interesting game. I know it's not as interesting as NFL to Americans, but it is an interesting game. I promise you, it is an interesting game. If you have any reason, maybe because you do not understand soccer, please subscribe to this channel. I'll do 101 soccer 101 every now and then where I explain anything that any follower may not understand about soccer. Like I said, I have been watching soccer or Manchester United in the English Premier League for the past 20 years, since 2006. And before then, I supported Barcelona, but then Barcelona is in Spain, Manchester United is in Manchester in England. And it was easier for me to support Manchester United because they were closer for me in England. Spain, Barcelona in Spain is not an easy place to go to. It's not an easy ride to go watch a match almost every time. So I chose Manchester United. I was supporting Barcelona for about 3 years or so, then switched to Manchester United in 2006, and I have been supporting Manchester United ever since. So I have watched soccer for at least 25 years, at the very least, 25 years, at least that I could understand and analyze soccer for at least 25 years. So if you do have anything about soccer that is confusing to you, you can drop it in the comment section. You can comment on any of these videos on the watch along, or follow my TikTok channel or Instagram channel the Yang Stand at the Yang Stand on all social media: YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the only three channels that I have for right now because I'm the only one running all of this for right now, and it's gonna be a lot to handle any more channels than that. So yeah, follow at the Yang Stand on those three channels, and drop in the comment section, slide into my DMs, and ask me anything about soccer that you would like for me to explain to you that might be confusing to you. Maybe if people understood soccer a little bit more, they might follow soccer more than they currently do. And Seattle are attacking here. It's nice square play, nobody in the box. This is what I'm talking about, Seattle. They pass and hope. Nobody in the box going in. You see your winger running down the flanks trying to he's obviously going to have to square play. He's obviously going to have to cross in the box into the box, and there is nobody there to receive the ball. This is the thing I'm talking about with Seattle. They just pass and hope. Nobody's in there in the box, but he has no option. He's already at the end of the field, so he had to cross into the box where nobody is. He crossed, hoping somebody was going to get to the end of the box. And the people who were supposed to get to the end of the box and run into the box with them, I mean, get to the end of the ball and run into the box with him, they were not there to run into the box. That's not, yeah, they need to do better. They need to do better. Number nine there with the ball, he passes it all the way. No, no, no. I feel like some of the coaches need to start playing English Premier League or European soccer for MLS players so that they see what it looks like to play. Because right now, some of the things they are doing are counterproductive. It's not going to work in their favor. I wonder why my internet is acting the way it is acting right now. It is acting up. Let me see. Yeah. I wonder why my internet is acting up right now. If you guys have a better internet, or what internet would you guys suggest? I currently use T-Mobile, and I'm thinking T-Mobile is one of the best. I know T-Mobile, Verizon, and Cox. I'm thinking they are the best in the country, and T-Mobile is not a small network, but right now my live stream is struggling. My monitor is struggling, the game is struggling, it's not playing smoothly, and I can imagine it's affecting viewers who are trying to watch this live stream with me. So, if you guys have any suggestion, nice from the World Cup, other than Seattle, yes, I have 10 games that I will be watching. Like I said, I'll be watching 10 clubs through this whole process of elimination. Um, And every time I watch two games across all 10 of them, or however many clubs are left on my list, every time I watch two games, I eliminate the lowest club from the list. So, yes, I am watching. If you look on the screen, to the right hand side of the screen, you should see the clubs that I'm watching right now. All 10 of them right now, still up there. I haven't eliminated anyone. This is my second Seattle game, and they're currently sitting at the bottom of my table. Um, I still have other teams that haven't watched two of their games. Some of them I have only watched one game. Some of them I haven't even watched the game at all. So after the 10 games, no, I do not have any bets on any platform. I do not have any bets on any platform because I'm not so confident in my prediction of it yet of MLS. If it was in the EPL, yes. But in the MLS, I have no confidence in my prediction of the MLS yet. That is why I am watching all these games right now to try and see how these clubs play, what's their style of play, who their star player is, how their defense plays, and all of that. So currently, what I'm doing is I'm watching all of these games to be able to give myself some type of knowledge about the MLS. So I do not trust my I'm not confident in my prediction of the MLS right now, so I do not have. Yeah, the sound cut off on your side. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The sound cut off on your side. I do not know what's wrong with my internet. I use T-Mobile. Maybe I need to switch from them. They are messing me up right now. What I was saying was that right now I am watching 10 clubs, all 10 clubs, and I do not have any bets because I do not trust my. I'm not confident in my prediction of any MLS club. If it was in the EPL, like I said, I've been an EPL fan, a Manchester United fan for 20 years. That one, I know a lot of clubs. I know how they play. I know how things go. But in the MLS, I am just now getting into watching MLS games, and I don't trust. I'm not confident in my prediction of it yet. So no, I do not have any bet on any platform. So until Fresh boy, I cannot predict for you a team to bet on. I will be honest with you. I'm only going to give you my own understanding of what I have seen so far. Like I'm saying, I'm just newly getting into MLS. I've been a good, I think picking Seattle is a good choice. But do not take my word for it. Like I said, do not cut me up and say that I said that Seattle is the better team. But right now, and say that I said that Seattle is the better team. But right now, based on the way they are playing, so yeah. So, Fresh Boy, I cannot predict for you. I cannot give you any club to support. I cannot suggest any club for you to support. But if you subscribe and follow my channel, I do talk about each of these clubs at least the 10 of them that I'm supporting, I mean, that I'm currently actively watching, I do talk about all 10 of them at some point, and you can get tips and bits about things um, that I see from my research about these clubs. Because not only am I watching them, I'm actively pulling up research about them. I'm using Claude AI um, to pull up research about them because I can't start going on Google and start searching each club one by one. I just have this. I have this Excel sheet that I've pulled information. Thank you for follow. Thank you for saying you're gonna follow me, Fresh Boy. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. It helps the channel. I recently only started this channel at the end of the World Cup. How about baseball? Baseball, I haven't gotten into. I'm not really. I don't really understand the rules in baseball, so I cannot make any opinion about baseball. I do watch baseball. I do go to baseball game in my city where I live in. I do go to some baseball games here and there and watch them, but I do not have any baseball team that I support. But I'll say I support the baseball team in my city. That's about it. But other than that, I do not have any baseball team that I support. So I don't know anything about baseball that much. So I can't give anything on the baseball. But when it comes to soccer, Siri, I don't understand. Oh, Siri, I wasn't talking to you. Keep quiet, Siri. Okay. So yeah, I do not support baseball right now, or I do not actively support a baseball club right now. But I hope I do support for NFL. I do support the Eagles, the Philly Eagles. Yeah, but I just support them. I'm not doing a watch along or anything for them. I just enjoy watching them. Maybe with time, I might do a watch along, especially when they have like a major game when the NFL comes back. When they have a major game, I might do a watch along for that and see if people might be interested in that. But still, this channel is about soccer, not NFL. I'm only going to do that because I know NFL is a big thing in the United States. And like I said, I support the Philly Eagles. So yeah. But baseball, right now, I have not really looked into baseball. But eventually, when I do, I'll let you guys know. And thank you for all the people who are chatting with me and all the people who are watching me right now. You guys are absolute legends. I really appreciate it and not making this watch along a boring one for me because watching a game and just talking to the mic to a room empty or an empty room is it can be boring. Yeah, soccer is cool. Soccer is cool, fresh boy. Soccer is cool. It is really cool. I have played soccer since I was 9 years old. I didn't get into soccer early enough. I played soccer since I was 9 years old. But then I didn't go pro because I was not actively looking to go pro. I was more interested in my studies than going pro with soccer. So, but if I had known that soccer was going to be a big thing, because back then soccer wasn't like the in thing. It wasn't like a career path for most people growing up in my time. I'm not I'm from the 80s. So, um in my time soccer wasn't like a career path, so I didn't think of going pro with soccer. But I've been playing soccer since 9 years old as a goalkeeper, and I only stopped playing last year after I had my meniscus torn apart during a game and after a surgery. Yes, I am watching the soccer game between Austin FC and Seattle, Fresh Boy. Yes, I am. So, yeah, I've been playing since 9 up until last year when I tore my meniscus and had a surgery and I'm unable to play. I'm not unable to play. I'm currently going through physical therapy to get back my strength in my left knee. But I do not think that I'm going to be able to play actively like I used to play before. I did used to play soccer Sunday leagues with friends, and we had a small club that we had created, and we play on Sundays in a particular small league. But I have not played since last year. I haven't played since last year. It's been over a year. I haven't played since last year, April, May. Yeah, April, because I had the surgery in May. So I haven't played since last year, April. I had the surgery last year, May, and I was supposed to do therapy. I did therapy for a while, and I stopped going. I didn't continue, and now I have to go back to therapy because I didn't finish what I started. So yeah, yes, I'm watching the game, and it's Seattle and Austin FC 1-1. Yes, wow, fresh boy, wow, really wow, because it made me. I missed the game. I'll be honest with you. I do miss the game. I still go to the field to watch my teammates play, but I do miss the game. And I do not want to risk it with a knee that's not so strong and probably just mess it up completely. I do not want to risk going into it. The game right now is looking like a tie, but there's still 30 minutes more in this half. There's still 30 minutes more in this half, and Dalan Jensen, who's going to win? I cannot predict for you who's going to win, but to me, what I'm seeing based on what I'm watching, it looks like Seattle might win. Might win. Do not cut me up. Do not clip me up on that and say I said so. It looks like they might win because they've been the one attacking. Let me pull up the stats again and see what the what is looking like. As of right now, the possession is 52% in favor of Seattle. Thank you. My name is Raza, Fresh Boy, Raza Blue. That's what I go by. Right now, ball possession is 52% in favor of Seattle and 48% for Austin. And the XG says that Seattle has 0.92 to score. So it looks like Seattle might be scoring at some point. And before the halftime, the total shots that both Seattle that Austin had was 5 shots, and Seattle had 4. But right now Seattle has 5. They're both on 5. They both have 9. Seattle has 11 touches in the opposition box, and Austin has 9 touches in opposition box. But basically, as it stands right now, Seattle looks like they look like they know what they're doing, and they might win this one. But again, mm, they've not been clinical in the final third. They've not been clinical. They look like they don't know what they're doing when it comes to scoring goals. When they're holding the ball in their half, when they're in defense, clearing out balls and passing across in the midfield, they look like they know what they're doing. But when it comes to the scoring, Seattle doesn't really look like they know what they're doing. They're crossing in, there are crosses in happening, but there's nobody on the end of those crosses to stop the game. So in terms of strategy, they're only a little bit better than what they had or what they looked like the last time I watched them play, which was last week Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday? I think it was Thursday. Last week Thursday when I watched them play. Yeah, last week Thursday. They looked they look better today than they looked last week Thursday when they played against Portland Timbers. But Portland Timbers really played well, so I don't know. Maybe Timbers just overwhelmed them and they were unable to play out that game. But this time around, they look better, but still they don't look convincing. If you understand what I mean, I don't know if you get that drift. If you understand what I mean, they look better than they played last time I watched them, but they don't look convincing. They look like if they met Inter Miami is gonna whoop their behind. It looks like if they met LAFC is gonna hand their behind to them. They don't look like they're gonna win the game. So yeah, but for this match, I feel like they should be winning this. I feel like there's still a goal in this match, and it's gonna come from Seattle. If Austin FC scores a goal, it will be a mistake. Like it won't be like they planned it, like from defense to attack, move the ball from defense to attack and score a goal. It's not gonna look like that. It's gonna look like they tried to attack and then there was a mistake somewhere. Someone miskicked the ball, goalkeeper fumbles the ball or something. That's what it's gonna look like. I don't think it's gonna be um I don't think it's gonna be a well prepared or planned out goal. I think the players are having a hydration break right now. I think. Yep. No, not the hydration break. They're just stalling. This is something I don't understand. How players get to go to the edge of the field to go drink water when it's not hydration break. During hydration break is understandable, but when it's not hydration break, that is that is surprising. Rajesh, I do not speak this language. I don't know what language this is. Let me see if I can translate it. I do not speak the language that you're typing in, but let's see if we can translate it. I cannot find a translation for it, so if you can type in English, um, that would help. But I do not understand the language you're speaking. Thank you to the 13 people watching me right now. You guys are absolute legends. You guys are the real MVP in this match, making this whole watch along interesting for me and helping me feel more fulfilled to bring this type of content to you guys. I will be doing watch along, at least one match watch along in every on every match day. Um, it's most likely going to be a 9:30 game, a game that starts at 9:30. Those are the watch alongs I'll most likely do. What's going on right now? The referee's yelling at somebody, the players are complaining about something. But one thing I noticed about MLS, the referees are pretty chilled. They're not as tough as they are in the English Premier League. The English Premier League referees do not play. They hand out yellow cards and red cards easily. They're not afraid to give you a yellow card or give you a red card. If you misbehave, you get a yellow. There are certain tackles and certain things that I've seen here in the MLS that would never happen in the EPL. Like you going up to the referee and confronting the referee, the audacity of you to confront the referee gives you a yellow card automatically. But a lot of that is I'm not saying that in the I'm not saying that in the MLS. And then I don't see the referee stopping the game every so often, which is really nice. I like it in some games, and in some games, I don't really understand it. I like the fact that the referee doesn't let the game slow down by blowing a free kick almost every time. I like that fact. But then there are times where I feel like the tackles could be very deadly, could be very dangerous, and the referee needs to get the game under control. But yeah. And by the way, Austin FC only joined the MLS in 2021, so they're only 4 years. I mean, 5 years into MLS. They are one of the newest clubs in the league and already built a genuine home atmosphere from scratch in a few short years. So, Austin FC, who joined in 21 versus Seattle Sounders, who joined 2016. Seattle Sounders have 10 years in the MLS, and Austin FC has just 5 years in the MLS. That's um, that's a big, huge difference. So I think that makes God we trust. I'm not sure who's gonna win, but I think it's gonna be Seattle. I'm not sure. That's not a shorty. That's not a guarantee because I said Seattle is gonna win. That they're gonna win. I'm not sure who's gonna win, but I think Seattle might be winning this tonight. I think they might be winning this tonight, but do not take my word for it. And currently, Nohu, number 5 for Seattle, is on the floor. I wonder why. I wonder if they're trying to waste time. Houston Min scored one goal on Friday for LAFC, fresh boy. Houston Min scored LAFC on Friday. Let me see if he's playing. He's playing today. Lefty, you hope it's a lie. What do you hope is a lie? Yeah, I know Houston Min. LAFC is playing today. Let me see. Okay, they're playing by. Have they started? Okay, they already started playing. They're 32 minutes into their match, and yeah, Houston Min already scored one goal. I'm not watching that match currently, so I do not know. Okay, you hope it's a tie. You're hoping it's a tie. Some other person is hoping it's Seattle that wins. I don't know how to help you guys. Lefty wants it to be a tie. Fresh Boy and Francisco want Seattle to win. Yeah, Human Son scored a goal in LAFC in 11 minutes. Is that what I saw? Yeah, 11 minutes. Human Son scored a goal. He scored a goal on Thursday. No, I watched LAFC and LA Galaxy on Friday. So he scored a goal on Friday, and I think that was his first goal for the season, and he has already scored another one today. Oh, you have a parlay. Oh, you have LA. Oh, okay. I see. LAFC. Okay. Let me see who's LAFC playing. They're playing Real Salt Lake. Where is Salt Lake on the list? Let me see the MLS table. Let's see where Salt Lake is on the table. Blah, 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 blah. They are in the Western Conference. There's a throw in there for Austin. Real Salt Lake is in fourth position, so that match might not. That match is not gonna go easy. They're not gonna go easy. Real Salt Lake is not on my list of teams or clubs that I'm following. You have Portland to win. Who's Portland playing? Let's see who Portland is playing. They're all on Apple TV, Fresh Boy. If you have Apple TV, you can watch them on Apple TV. I watch mine on Apple TV. I don't know what local station shows them. I watch on Apple TV. Portland is playing FC Dallas. Um, FC Dallas is where are they? Are they in the okay? FC Dallas should be in Western. Yeah. Oh, Portland is playing FC Dallas. You have your money on Portland. Oh, I don't know about that. Because if you look at the table right now, Portland is in 11th position. FC Dallas is in 5th position. They both have played 16 matches, or they are currently playing their 16th match each. And if you're going to say that Portland is going to beat FC Dallas, I don't know what you saw, but I hope you win. I hope you win that game. Oh, you have a draw for LA. It's me, Wilma. You got a draw for today and LA. Well, um, I think you might be right on that one. LAFC and Salt Lake might not be. Is it LAFC or LA Galaxy? Which of the LAs are you talking about? Wilma. It's me, Wilma. Um, Dallin Jensen, again, like I said, I think talked about this earlier on. I am not, I just recently got into MLS. I used to watch EPLs. I moved from the English Premier League, or moved from England to the United States, and 6 years ago, and I support Manchester United. If it was an EPL game, that I have opinion or knowledge about, but the MLS, I only started watching the MLS last week. I stumble on their matches every now and then previously, but I never really watched them. But now I'm actively watching the MLS, and I only started watching the MLS when they came back last week, Thursday. So I do not know enough about the MLS to tell you what game is going to win. So do not expect me to give you any pointers on a club that is going to win. I feel um, that if you watch the games, if you watch some of the games, you can tell based on how they play which team has a better chance of winning. That's a foul throwing. That's a foul throwing by Austin, and the referee didn't stop it. That was a foul throwing by Austin, and Seattle players are jumping up asking the referee to call that, but he's not. 5 games going on right now. Okay, I'm happy for you. It's me, Wilma. I hope your 5 games cash out pretty good for you. Fresh boy, if I win, I must send you a gift here to throw us up. You can just drop a gift, a super chat or something. I don't have a super chat set up, but I would appreciate that. I'm not gonna turn down a gift. A gift is a good thing. I'm not gonna turn it down, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. We're just all here enjoying this beautiful game and having a conversation. I got LAFC to win and draw for the game you're watching. Okay, So you got a draw for Austin and Seattle, and you got LAFC to win over Salt Lake. Okay, good one. Right now, LAFC is winning, and your predictions are correct for right now. So it's me, Wilma. Hey, your I believe your bet is looking good for right now. Um, Dalan Jensen, I hope I answered your question. You need one more goal for which game, Jonathan? Are we talking about Austin or Austin and Seattle, or are we talking about LAFC and Real Salt Lake? Which one? Which one do you need one more goal for? Because there's so many games going on right now. That's something I don't understand. There are too many games, all the games all at once, almost all at once in a day, in the same day. Can they spread them over 2 days like they do in the EPL? Sometimes 3 days, so that you get to watch more than one game at the same time. Right now, LAFC is going on. I can't watch that one because I'm watching Seattle um, and Austin. So yeah, I can only pick one. I can only do one watch along at a time. I can't. I can have them. I can watch two games at the same time, but I can only put one watch along as live. Maybe let me see if I can. Let me tune in on my because I have a monitor. I have a monitor where I'm watching the Seattle versus the Austin FC versus Seattle game, but then I at the same time I could watch the LAFC game on my TV. Let's see. Let's hope that it doesn't become too heavy because my internet is already struggling as it is. Again, in the comment section, if you guys know any better, what do you call it now, internet I can use. I'm currently using T-Mobile, and I don't know what's going on with my T-Mobile. Maybe I need to go talk to them and increase my bandwidth. Maybe that's what I need to do. Oh, I'm so sorry, is Wilma. You just lost 1K. 1K on Toluca yesterday. Do I watch the Liga MX? Right now, I am not watching the Liga MX, but I might include that in my watch alongs to um, depending on what days they play. For right now, I'm only concentrating on the MLS. Depending on when the Liga MX play, that's the Mexican League. Depending on when they play, if they don't play on the same day as the MLS, I might do watch alongs for that one too. But I'm not doing watch along because I'm wanting to select a club in the Liga MX. But I might do a watch along for that. If I get a lot of people who likes to watch the Mexican League, then I might do a watch along for the Mexican League. But for right now, I'm only doing what do you call it now? The MLS. Pumas with the upsetter. Oh, sorry about that, Francisco. Sorry about that. Oh, Chivas. Chivas is that in the Mexican League? Lefty. Is Chivas in the Mexican League? Thank you for the updates though. If Chivas is in the Mexican League, maybe I might do that one. I might do that one on days if they're not clashing with the MLS. So I'll try to see if I can stream the Shivas League. Where is LAFC? Charlotte, Austin. I'm already watching that one. Kansas City, Nashville, Colorado, Diego, LA versus. No, okay. LAFC. LAFC is on 2 goals right now. Hope you saw that. LAFC has scored again. So LAFC to win. LAFC is winning. Okay, thank you, Lefty. I'm gonna watch that one. LAFC has scored the second goal. Who scored that one? Boanga. Okay, Huming Song and Boanga are two. They are two great players. They are the two strikers for LAFC, and I like them. And honestly, I'll be honest with you guys from the get go. I think I might be biased in favor of LAFC because of Humane Song. I really like him. I like the way he plays. But I just found out that Inter Miami has just signed Casemiro, and Casemiro was a midfielder in Manchester United up until this last season. He ended the season earlier this month, in May. I mean, mid-May, he ended the season and ended his contract with Manchester United. So, um, I like Casimiro too. He really did well. He really did well um for my club in Manchester United. So I don't know. Now I'm torn between LAFC and Inter Miami. But Inter Miami also has a lot of stars. They have Messi, they have Suarez, they have Jordi Alba, and now they have Casemiro. That's four already, which is I like. So, but then LAFC has Heung-min Son. They have Hugo Lloris. Those are two star players that I know from English Premier League. Both of them used to play for Tottenham Hotspur in the English Premier League before they both moved in. I think Hugo Lloris moved in 2000 and 2021, 22 or 23, I can't remember, or 24. And Heung-min Son moved in 24 or 25, I can't remember. Yeah, let's go LAFC, lefty. You're trying to win me over. I haven't decided yet. I still have 10 clubs to judge fairly. I'm going to judge them fairly. I'm not going to be biased. Even though I like LAFC, I'm not going to be biased. I have a rubric that I'm using to judge all of these clubs, and I'm going to follow that rubric fairly and select a club, not solely because I like Humane Song or I like their jersey, actually. That's another thing I like about them. I like their jersey. It looks good. I like the gold on black. And my most of my colors are black. If you've noticed, black curtain, black t-shirt, black hat. I like black, gray, white. That's my color, my preferred go-to color every time. So I like the way the gold sits on their black color. And yeah, San Diego needs to score. I hope they do. Is San Diego on my list? I think San Diego is also on my list. San Diego. No, they're not on my list. I think they're in my wild card. They're in my wild card. You're from LA Watts. Oh, nice. Nice one, Lefty. So I see why you're supporting LAFC. Yeah, I see why you're supporting LAFC. And rightly so, you have a very good club. LAFC is a very good club. LA Galaxy, not so much, because I watched the match between LAFC and LA Galaxy. And I'll be honest with you, I used to think, again, like I said, I'm just coming into MLS. So most of these clubs, I'm just getting to know them. Really, I don't really know much about them. But I've always thought that LA Galaxy was one of the like big clubs and popular clubs and very good clubs. But the way they played against LAFC last week Friday wasn't really impressive. So I'm not I'm not sure that they might make it far on my list. Seattle are really in a very bad position. It's gonna be either them or Toronto. Based on the way they played today, I feel like they got good points from today's game. Toronto, I'm gonna have to watch replays of Toronto's match tomorrow and see. I'm gonna watch the replay tomorrow. All the matches that I missed today, I'm gonna watch their replays tomorrow and Friday, and I will grade them by Saturday. So by Saturday, the current score that you're seeing on this site, that am I pointing to it? No, yeah, that you're seeing on that site, those scores are going to. I mean, that table is going to shuffle a little bit. Clubs will move up and down and all of that. LAFC is sitting comfortably at the top right now because, like I said, there are so many things they are doing right, in my opinion. So I like them. Got San Diego game for a tie and the Seattle one as well. Okay, let's see what San Diego doing. San Diego right now they are playing who? Colorado Rapids. Okay, San Diego, Colorado Rapids. They are both 12th and 13th position. That type of game is probably gonna be a draw, in my opinion. That type of game could go both ways. It could be a draw, and it could be a high scoring game. But usually, it's not a boring game. I'm thinking that type of game is going to be an interesting one. But I hope your bet coming, Lefty. I hope they come in. I hope your bet comes in. So I need to make some kind of note about Shivas so that I do not forget about them. Let me see. Let me search for them, Shivas, and mark them on my notification, my spot notification, so that it tells me whenever they're playing. Shivas. I do not see Shivas. Am I spelling them wrong? Shiva. Okay, Liga MX. Okay. Um. How come I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them. I'll have to check after the stream to be sure. Pass the ball. What is going on? This is the problem I have with Seattle. They pass and hope. Pass the ball. You had a player that was open for the pass and they did nothing. And now the ball goes over the bar. Exactly. If you picked Seattle to win, I don't know, man. I don't know. Are you sure you want this drama going on right now? Are you sure you want this blood pressure variation that's going on right now? Because Seattle had the opportunity to win. It's 10 minutes to go to the end of the game and they just kicked the ball over the bar. Well, it's a corner kick. It deflected off a defender, but they've had several opportunities in my opinion to win this game, but they have not really stepped up and taken advantage of it. It's halftime with the LAFC game. It's halftime with the LAFC game, and it's 2-0. LAFC leading Salt Lake. Salt Lake has just dropped down from their fourth position to fifth position, and and Dallas are in fourth position because they scored one goal. They have one goal lead. So, whatever your bet is, go check them and be sure you're still on track. A question: do you are you able to change the bet mid game, or once you set it, you set it? You're unable to change it. I'm curious to know about that. Austin on the attack here, and nice one, nice floating of the ball to the other side of the field. Yeah, I like when players move the game like this. The attack to defense is pretty fast. And it looks like Austin has something up their sleeves with this. Pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. He hits the ball over the bar. Pass the ball, pass the ball. This is what I don't like about MLS. Everybody's trying to be a superhero. Everybody's trying to be a superhero. Pass the ball. You had options. Don't get too excited. This is why I feel like MLS teams need to get what do you call it now? Players from Europe. Even if those players are older players, they need to get players from Europe. Not because I feel like the European League. No, the European League is a bit better right now than the MLS because the MLS only recently started, like started gaining popularity or gaining their current whatever the fame that they have right now. EPL, the English Premier League, La Liga, and in Spain, the Bundesliga in Germany, all those leagues have been in existence for quite a while, and they spend billions, billions of pounds, or let's say dollars, billions of dollars on soccer. I can change the bets by adding money or adding to your bet, but you can't take any bet. Oh, I can't take any bet off. I can only add money on top of it if I feel like they're going. Oh, okay. On Kalshi. Okay. Thanks, Francisco, for that information. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I was saying that I feel like MLS need to bring in a few more. This is an opportunity by Austin, and he just pulled the ball wide and he's gonna shoot. You shouldn't shoot from there. You already lost your balance. You shouldn't be shooting from there. Someone already opened up behind you. Tap the ball back. Just a back heel, a slight back heel will give that person the opportunity. You already drug the defenders out of position. So this is why I feel like MLS needs a few experienced European players, players that played in European leagues, in EPL, in La Liga, in Italian Serie A, in Bundesliga. They need a few of those because those players they play in an atmosphere where a lot of research, a lot of tactics, strategies, a lot of things go into soccer in Europe. And players who played in Europe have picked up a few things with the experience they've had over the years. If they bring that experience into the MLS, it's going to change the game for MLS. Because sometimes some of the things I'm seeing going on in the MLS, like in this game right now, they shouldn't be happening. You already lost your balance. You're not standing properly. There are defenders in front of you. The best you can do is to try and lift the ball up, and you're already off balance. You're not going to hit the target. Leave it to another player to play the ball. Stop trying to be a hero. You're trying to win the game. You're trying to win the game so that you can go up the table. That's something they need to work on. And only as of right now, experienced player or players that are naturally, oh, okay, that's the what they call it now, the replay of the LAFC game. And players that are some players are naturally gifted when it comes to thinking about the game and being able to analyze the game ahead of time. Some players are naturally gifted like that, but then some players need to learn it. Some players need to learn it. Look at what's his name, Messi. If Messi has started his career in MLS, I don't think he will be as big as he is now. If Cristiano Ronaldo has started his career in the MLS, I don't think he will be as big as he is right now. Most of all these players that started their career in Europe and then come to the to MLS, yeah, they're bringing the MLS. I mean, they're bringing the European strategy, the European DNA into MLS, and I feel like it's gonna do well for what do you call it now, for MLS. But for right now, there are very few clubs that are willing to bring in European players. Very few clubs. But whatever the case is, I feel at least with the few that are coming into the clubs right now, they're bringing whatever experience that they have into the club, and that's helping here and there. That's why when Inter Miami plays, they play real. Their style of play is really interesting. I like the way they play. I like the way LAFC plays. They're quite good. If you guys know any other club that you feel has a good style of play, they look like a strong club, they look like they have a game plan, you guys can suggest them to me in the comments and I will do well to check them and either add them to my um, list of wildcard or I could add them to my list of wildcard or look into them and see what we can do with them. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you very much for joining me on this live. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for engaging me in this watch along, not making it boring, making it quite interesting to watch. You guys are the absolute MVP, and I appreciate engaging with me. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate you guys taking out of your time to join me in this on this watch along. You guys are the best. You guys are my day ones because this is my fifth watch along. So therefore, you guys are my day ones. You guys are the ones. In 10 years' time, when I'm talking about how this whole channel started, hopefully by that time we'll have about 2 million subscribers. And in every watch along, we have about 40,000 people watching, maybe, hopefully by then. I would remember my day ones, Francisco, Lefty, Dalan Jensen, I'm Wilma. It's me, Wilma. I'm gonna remember all you guys. Fresh Boy, yeah, I can't forget Fresh Boy. I'm sorry. I didn't mention your name in the list. I'm gonna remember every single one of you. You guys are my day ones. You guys are the real MVP that's making this whole thing interesting for me to watch along. Thank you very much. And I hope y'all's bet do come in as you guys have predicted it. But I'm sorry to I think it was who lost 1,000. Um yeah, Wilma. It's me, Wilma said he lost 1,000 on Toluca yesterday. Toluca, I think Toluca should also be in the Mexican League, I guess. Yeah, the Mexican League has just one, 18 clubs. Let's see. Toluca is in the fifth position. Um, I thought he said Chivas is in the Mexican League. Colorado versus San Diego game. The Colorado versus San Diego game, and honestly, I do not think that game is gonna end beyond the draw, in my opinion. I don't think it's gonna end beyond the draw. Currently, they are. How many minutes have they played? Let me check. They've played 74 minutes and there's no goal yet. What is it looking like? Let me see the stats. Let's see how many goals on target. What's the stats looking like? Overall stats only has two yellow cards each. That's all the stats I'm having. How come? That's not enough information. That's another thing. The MLS doesn't have enough information, and that's really worrisome. If they want the MLS to grow, there needs to be enough information for people who are interested in it. But there's not enough information about the MLS. I'm checking the stats, and all I have is just yellow cards, and that's it. Nothing else. I don't know how many, like, what is it like? What's the possession? What's the shot on goal? What's the shot on target? I mean, shot on target. What's the total shots? How many are offsides? How many corner kicks? How many stopped shots? A defender blocked shots? Nothing. No information. Let me see if I can pull it up on FOTMob because live score is not giving me that information. You said Colorado versus San Diego. Colorado, San Diego. Okay, that one. There's still 0-0. Colorado, San Diego. Okay, this one has all the information that I need. The ball possession is 54 in favor of Colorado, and San Diego is 46%. Uh, so Colorado looks like they are attacking more, but the XG is in favor of San Diego. The XG is in favor of San Diego, even though their total shots is 4 and Colorado is 6. I don't know how they do these calculations. But if that be the case, based on what I'm seeing so far, there's really not been any shots on target. And Seattle has the opportunity, and they've made it two. In oh my God. I hope whoever put Seattle to equalize, I mean, I mean, Austin to lose, I hope your game hasn't ended. Austin is leading. Austin is leading by 2 goals. I mean, Austin has scored their second goal right now. I know I was saying Seattle was going to win this game, but unfortunately, I'm wrong. Unfortunately. And like I said, do not clip me up and you need them to win. You need Colorado to win. Okay. Well, Colorado is goalless. The Colorado game is goalless right now. The Austin versus Seattle game right now has a winner. We have 4 more minutes in regular time and extra time. I mean, referee is probably gonna add on some more minutes. So I'm guessing roughly about at least 3 minutes, so maybe some 7 minutes to 10 minutes in total left in this game. Seattle hasn't really done anything this second half, so I don't see them equalizing. So unfortunately, Austin might be winning this one. But the game hasn't ended, so let's see. This is 2 goal losing streak for Austin. I mean for Seattle. And Austin is about to end their 3 game losing streak. So sorry, your bet might have been destroyed with that goal. I don't see Seattle equalizing and winning this game. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Nah, I don't see that happening. So Seattle is losing right now. Austin has 2 goals. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate you guys for all the likes, for all the comments, for staying with me, chilling with me all through this game. It's almost 90 minutes. I forgot to start the timer for the game. I'm still getting the hang of all of this. So let's see. What is the time right now on that game? Oh, oh, the Austin FC game, I guess because my internet is acting shitty, apparently the game ended and Austin FC scored 3 goals to 1 with Seattle Sounders having a red card. So I think I'm late on the scores. The Austin FC game already ended. So, and it ended 3-1. But for right now, based on what I'm watching right now, it's 2-1. So, apparently, there is one more game in the Austin FC match against Seattle. So, I'm not seeing Seattle going past this first game. With the way they're looking right now, Austin FC just outplayed them. Like I said, the first time they played Portland Timbers, I think they lost 3 goals to nil. Or was it 4 goals to nil? Let me see that. Portland. The last time Portland played Seattle, they won 5-1. Yeah. So Seattle just manages to score 1 goal and then sit back, and the opposition beats them blue black. Right now, Austin is leading 2-1, but then my tracker shows me that the game has already ended. Yes. Colo has 3 shots on target. Oh, Colorado has 3 shots on target. Let me see. 3 shots on target by Colorado, but still no goal. They have 9 shots in total, 3 shots on target, 54% possession. Yes, you're correct. But it doesn't look like anything is gonna come out of it. Mm. Oh, it doesn't look like anything is gonna come out of it. The game is 14 fouls. Wow. Well, so who's your bet on? Is your bet on the fact that okay, you want Colorado to win San Diego, so your bet is on Colorado winning? Okay, I hope it goes your way. I really hope it goes your way because right now it's still excuse me, it's a draw. 82 minutes, 8 more minutes in regular time, and whatever the referee adds to it. So I hope the bet goes your way, but I highly doubt that that game has any goal in it. Colorado FC versus San Diego FC. I highly doubt that game has any goal in it. And if there's a goal in it, it's gonna be a scrappy goal. It's gonna be a scrappy goal. I don't know why this game is acting. I mean, this. Maybe I should have reset the internet at some point because my internet is. I do not know why. Why you do me this? Oh, oh, you have a separate. Oh, I see. Nice one. You strategically played the game. Well, I guess you win that one, Francisco. Austin won the game, so that one. I guess you won something on that one. Good for you. Good for you. Seattle. They don't. They're not doing it for me. They're not doing it for me. I guess they're going to be the first to be eliminated from my list. They're going to be the first to be eliminated because What are they doing? They don't look like they have a plan. They just hit the ball and hope. And that's highly discouraging for a club you would like to support. That's highly discouraging. Highly discouraging. That don't look like the type of team I want to support at all. It doesn't look like the type of team I want to support with the way they play. They're probably gonna give me a high BP because I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? And to think that the only goal that's okay, well, that's not the only goal. Um, I think let me see. Was it an on? There was an on goal. Which one of them was the on goal? Which one of them was the on goal? The first goal scored by Austin FC was an on goal. No, 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 no. No, it wasn't an on goal. I'm mixing them up. That was the game between Inter Miami, I think. Am I? What is going on? Is it the one between Inter Miami and Chicago FC? Is that the on goal? Yeah, that's the one I'm mixing up. The Chicago FC game is the one I'm mixing up. There was no on goal. So Austin FC are currently leading 2 goals to one, according to what my game is showing me right now. Even though the game has ended and the game ended 3 goals to one. So that's well, he didn't fall, so that cannot be a penalty. So if you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe and join the live whenever I do a watch along. Click on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I do a watch along or drop a video where I will be talking about some of the clubs in the MLS and giving you my opinion about them and how they play and whatever other information I can find on them. So if you would like to watch those videos, please do well to subscribe and also follow the channel on TikTok and Instagram at the Yang Stand. The Yang Stand on all social media on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at the Yang Stand. So do well to subscribe and keep in touch so that you can watch do watch alongs with me. Join me on watch alongs and I can give you my opinion about the MLS clubs. And thank you guys for joining me on this live and chatting with me and keeping this game alive for me. You guys are the real MVP. I really, really appreciate y'all. The LAFC match is still 2-0 and they are in the 51st minute. So if you're watching the LAFC match or you're waiting for the LAFC match, if you're hoping LAFC wins, they are currently leading 2 goals to nil. Second half. It's hard to see them drop points from this position right now. They're winning 2 goals. It will be hard to see LAFC losing this one right now. So if your bet was a win for LAFC, then good for you. You have a you can start. Well, it's not good to count your eggs before they hatch, but it's looking like it's in your favor. The needle is ticked in your favor, so it looks like you might be winning something tonight. It looks like it. So enjoy the rest of your evening with your winnings. Colorado FC. I don't think anything is gonna come out of that one, honestly. So if you have your bets for Colorado to win, It's the 89 minutes. They're still playing 0-0. LA Galaxy is losing to St. Louis City. I haven't watched any St. Louis City game, but the last two games that they have played, I'm gonna watch their replay tomorrow. They have won their last two games. LAFC is currently winning. They won their last game too, so they've won their last two games. Portland versus Dallas. The tie is gonna happen. What tie is that? Ooh, that was how the goal came in. Okay, it's 3-1 to Austin. Austin have scored three goals. Seattle won. LA Galaxy is losing two goals. St. Louis City are up by two goals. LAFC is up two goals. Salt Lake is down two goals. Portland is losing to Dallas by one goal. Orlando is leading by 3-0, leading over San Jose. New York City FC is leading 2-1 over Columbus. Oh, they already finished that game, 2-1. I will be watching their replay over the rest of the week to be able to grade them. Toronto drew their last game. They drew this one too. I honestly do not see Toronto going far on my list. They look like a team who also do not know what they're about to, who also do not know what they're doing. So yeah. Oh my god, this game is really boring. Apart from those few goals that came in the last few minutes, it was really boring. It wasn't. It was okay at some point, but at some point it got boring. It got boring. And at Austin FC has won the game, 3-1. Seattle losing again on a two goals losing streak. I mean, 2 game losing streak. I wonder who they play next. I hope they're able to. This is what I talked. This is what I said at the beginning about the Seattle coach. You rarely see him. He's so quiet, so timid. He looks like he doesn't even know what he's doing. But I don't want to think that's who he is. I feel like he's a great coach because they're in a sixth position for a reason. But for the past two games that I've watched, I'm not seeing the urgency in his coaching style. I'm not seeing him yelling at the players and trying to like instruct them from the side of the pitch. I don't see that happening. And the last two games that I've watched, rightly so, they've lost it. They lost the other one 4-1. They lost this one 3-1. Yeah, not don't think that. I don't think I'll be supporting them. I don't think I'll be supporting them. Francisco, I hope your tie is still gonna happen. I hope that happens. But the LAFC game looks a little bit more interesting. But I'm doing a watch along for Seattle, so we will stick with Seattle. And the game is about to end in a few minutes. The game has actually ended. I'm just running down the clock to finish out my live stream. I'm just running out the clock to finish out the live stream, basically. Colorado, San Diego, 90 minutes, still no goal. That's gonna be a tie. If you're hoping that Colorado was gonna win, it doesn't look like it. I wonder how many more minutes are left. Human Son almost scored his second goal. So if you had bet on Human Son scoring a second goal, he might actually do that because still have 33 minutes left in the game, and he just almost scored another goal. Yeah, I think LAFC is gonna be the game for me. It's gonna be the club for me. Between LAFC and Inter Miami, they're gonna be the club for me. But still checking, still waiting. LAFC Inter Miami looks like a Portland. They were impressive, but they have fake grass. I don't like fake grass. That's a no-no for me. So the game has ended in Austin, Texas, and they have won the game 3 goals to 1. Seattle losing their second goal since I started watching the game, since I started watching MLS, and they have not been impressive. After this game, I'm going to be reviewing the scores that I'm going to give them for this game and then put it in the on the dashboard. If you're interested to see how my rating is going and how what I use to judge the ratings, you can go on to my dashboard, which is with the link in the bio of my YouTube channel. You can go on the dashboard and see the games and see the clubs, the 10 clubs, see how I judge them, see where each one of them stands, and see how every other club is doing compared to the actual league table that they're playing. And then if you click on each of the club, you can see my personal comments on each of the clubs after watching games on the clubs. I have comments that I put under each of the club explaining what my thought process was after watching the game. So if you're interested in that, you can go on to the dashboard, which I have made live on Netlify. Um, you could check the link in my bio and you will see the dashboard. Click on the link and go to the dashboard and see. And I will see you guys again on the next watch along. I really appreciate all those that hung out with me through this watch along. You guys are the real MVP. You guys made this watch along really interesting for me, and you guys have always been there making the watch along interesting for me every time I come on live. And you guys make me feel like what I'm doing actually has some type of oh wow, Francisco, your dream has come to pass. The goal has come. Colorado has lost has scored a goal in the 90 what minute now? Let me see. I think in the 90th minute, Colorado scores a goal in 90 minutes plus 5. I hope the goal stands. So Colorado are leading 1 goal to 1, and that's it for Francisco. Your game has come in. Your bet has come in. I'm happy for you. You should enjoy that. And you also predicted Austin to win the game over Seattle. So you have 2 games already won. Good for you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. You guys are the real MVP. Please do like, please do share, please do subscribe to the channel so you can see every time I come on live or drop a video regarding anything that anytime I'm doing a watch along or any of the opinion I have about any of the clubs in the MLS. See you guys on the next watch along. Peace.